Hi, hi, this is Ann Vincent-Villa. I am a retiree, I'm a poet, I'm an educator. Right now I want to speak about retirement. I've been retired 10 years and I've learned a few things and I wanted to pass this on, how to have a happy retirement. Number one, I think is, I hate to say something as mundane as the important thing about money, but I think most people will have a happy retirement if they are not in debt. I know myself, I managed to get out of debt before I retired, and I did not get myself in any debt during the 10 years that I've been retired. I've just been very careful. But I do have the regret that I did spend a bit of my 401. I mean, you have to be careful. You always have to take money out of it. And so sometimes you're tempted to take a little more than 4%, as I was when I took my many trips. But they were wonderful trips. I have no regret about those trips, but we always need more money. But I'm just saying that money is an issue. I have many friends who the problem they have in retirement, what is it? The number one problem? They are in debt. They have a gigantic debt they got trying to get a degree at the end, or they just have not, they've somehow not made enough money. Their Social Security is very little. They've made some bad financial mistakes. And these things happen. And you don't want to fall into that. It's very difficult to have a happy retirement when you're worried about money. So I will say that that's one regret you don't want in retirement is money. And you don't have to have that problem. You can spend less, you can get around it, but understand you are fiscally responsible and you're in a fixed income when you're retired. That's the big issue. People forget fixed unless you do something else about it. Now you can change that because there's 3 ways to retire. The first way you can retire is just get another job. Some people don't really ever retire. They just say, I think I want to do something else. Like I think I talked about, Yeager, the wonderful test pilot. I mean, he kept getting different jobs. I mean, literally, you have the choice to keep working. And if you do, that's great because that will keep you active and happy. Yeah, it will. You don't have to overwork, but just it gives you a new lease on life. Or you can be like my sister. She loves to volunteer. Loves it. Just helping people. Do you need a ride? Can I help you? Can I take you anywhere? Oh, she loves all these organizations. She's on boards. She is amazing. She's my hero. I mean, amazingly wonderful person my sister is, and we talk every night. And she's just a wonderful human being. She lives, in far, but so we talk on the phone. But she is marvelous. She volunteers. And then there's people like me. Okay, I'm not working. I'm not volunteering. What am I doing? I'm learning. That's the third choice. Learning. Learn something new every day. Now, when I first retired, I learned how to play the piano, which was really exciting, and I still am in touch with the people I met from that experience, which was amazing. I got to write music. I got to work with my son, who sang one of my songs. My other son won an award for making a video about one of my songs. I mean, so it's been amazing. That was an amazing experience, and I don't regret it. It was fabulous. But see, that was a learning experience, and that took a bunch of years. And then we went into the pandemic. And then, so the pandemic, what happened there? Well, I said, I need to put a book together of my poetry that I had from my husband who passed away. So I took that opportunity to get all those poems together. So I did that. And I very happily got that together. It would have been nice if I were able to get out and share it with people, but it still was a great experience. I had a group of people who helped me, and it's still a great experience, and I'm still happy I have that book. Last year, I took on the sonnet. I said, I want to master the sonnet. So I took on the sonnet. I did win an award at the end, but a minor award, nothing much. But still, it was great. And I also, one of my favorite relatives passed away. And I wrote a sonnet about her, and they used it at the eulogy. Wasn't that wonderful? I mean, it's just like, so that was wonderful. It was just I just immediately wrote it because now I can write a sonnet, and it's that difficult. It's just something a master. We can master almost any skill. You have to understand the skills can be masters. So, and now I'm working on YouTube, right? So anyway, so yeah. So those are the 3 ways to retire, right? Right. Okay, so let's look at when we retire. There are also 3 different avenues. There's physical health, there's mental health, and there's emotional health. And I want to talk about all 3 of those. They're so important to remember. Now, physically, you need to stay active, you need to stay moving. Mentally, you need to keep growing or do one of those 3 things that I mentioned. Now we'll get to the emotional issues, the emotional things that can bring us down. Some people, especially after the pandemic, retirement and pandemic, they just sort of close down. They go, oh, it's over. It's not over. All kinds of new things are, now we're out of that. Now it's like a whole new world. We can get out and do things. Like I'm learning French, and I love it. It's so wonderful. I have a tutor that I speak to, a French tutor, and he's in London, but it's online. Very exciting through Zoom. Amazing. And I just so enjoy it, and every day I'm getting better. So it's very exciting. So there it is. But I have the gratitude there. So emotionally, I'm not bitter. I'm grateful. I'm grateful I can do all this stuff. But some people get bitter. Well, I'm not in good health because they weren't paying attention. They were eating all the bad food. But they can still turn it around. You have to understand the hardest part about retirement, you are in charge. Yes. And as Vagabond Buddha, another YouTube channel, says, most people forget you're not on vacation, you're on retirement. It's a very good quote that he says, and for us all to remember that life changes when you're retired. You're fiscally responsible. You're in charge of all those 3 things: your physical, your mental, and your emotional health. And I'm going to close with the 4 things that Disney always touted as the most important things in his life. His feeling was that there were 4 things you had to live with. One was consistency. So he was consistently thinking about new things. If you're consistent with your health, you're going to be better. If you're consistent with your attitude, you're going to be better. Consistent with your money. Consistency is a great trait to think about. Many ways you can look at it. Then he also believed in confidence. He said, you have to have confidence to go forward, which is absolutely. And you have to have curiosity. And courage. So all of those, all 4 of those, have to be on your plate for you to remember. So until next time, I hope this has helped. Remember, you can have a happy retirement. It's up to you. Take care.